Hi Pisces, welcome to your tarot reading. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. Either way, thank you so very much for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to pull a traditional Celtic cross spread. Whatever message comes out is what you need to hear. I've set that intention with my guides and with this deck. So if you are here because of the title, this message is for you. And if you are here because it's popped up in your feed, then this message is definitely for you. So, let's get into the tarot and see what Spirit has. This can be for your sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. I don't normally associate it with any particular placement, but you're welcome to do that. Definitely like the video, give it that thumbs up, and subscribe if you like the messages. It really helps my channel to grow, so I really do appreciate that. But it also pushes the messages out so that others can get the guidance that they need as well. So thank you for doing that. On the bottom of the deck, we had this Nine of Swords. So we definitely have some worry, anxiety, stress going on here. I call this the hamster wheel thinking, replaying thoughts, situations, scenarios in your head. Maybe I should have done this. Maybe I should have done that. What if this happens, right? This what if thinking. I just feel like there is a need to kind of watch your thought patterns and maybe de-stress a little bit. So the situation is the Two of Pentacles. Then the Two of Pentacles is about juggling a lot, right? This is needing to prioritize things. Maybe you're balancing resources. Maybe you're balancing your time, right? That balance between work and home life. So, excuse me, my voice keeps going in and out due to allergies. There is definitely this need to go with the flow and maybe be flexible with the situation. The blockage here is the Seven of Swords. This is needing to strategize, needing to do things differently, right? It doesn't mean you have to change everything, but maybe pivot and try to strategize, do things in different ways, and try to maybe find a workaround to what it is that you are doing. This can also be a card of feeling like things are against you, right? When you have a lot on your plate and you feel like you're juggling a lot, maybe you feel like people are working against you, the energy is working against you, right? Whatever that could be. The root cause of this is the Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. So this is your energy. Maybe this is really making you feel disconnected, disempowered, right? Needing to have compassion for yourself and for others. But it's also about needing to communicate your feelings, right? If you're feeling overwhelmed, maybe doing things differently would be asking for help, or really kind of expressing yourself in the situation. Maybe if you haven't spoken up, then it's time to. Maybe that's what's going to be different, right? Maybe talking about it and expressing that you're overwhelmed or that you feel like you're taking on too much, whatever that is, right? I just feel like there is this need to kind of maybe speak up and then, kind of have some compassion and nurture yourself and others, right? That self-love. In the recent past, what is still currently affecting this situation, we have the Three of Swords. So Three of Swords is about heartbreak, grief, disappointment. So I feel like there was some kind of disappointment recently that has you, maybe taking on a lot. Maybe this was the loss of a job and now you're kind of juggling finances, right? And you're trying to prioritize what you should pay first and then, put everything else on the back burner, right? All luxuries on the back burner. This could be about, you're recently separated from a love partner and now you're trying to juggle everything, right? This is work-life balance. Again, just taking on too many tasks and needing to delegate or just do things in a different way. Trying to, swords are also it's air energy, so it's our thoughts. Maybe organize your thoughts around the situation. What can you focus on now and what can wait until later, right? It's not like you have to do everything all at one time, because I feel like you're very overwhelmed. With the Two of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords, that's very overwhelmed energy. So the message from your higher self or your guides is the Chariot. So the Chariot is about gaining control and moving things forward, right? So this Chariot, he has these two animals, so it's like grabbing the reins. Like, you need to take control of situations. You need to take control of your mindset, take control of the strategy, the plan, right? And really kind of take the reins and steer this Chariot in the direction you want to go in, right? Where do you want the situation to go? What, again, can you prioritize and focus on? What can you control? Because not everything is in our control, right? But that is really needing to, that's the advice, is like really needing to focus on what you can control and then move in that direction, right? And focus on those priorities at this time. So in the near future, I feel like there is like this Knight of Cups, right? This some kind of emotional offer or emotional like feeling fulfilled, right? So maybe really focusing on self-love, focusing on filling your own cup and what makes your heart happy, right? Again, with that, prioritizing yourself. I feel like that's really important right now. Self-love, have some compassion for yourself, and really focus on what's going to make you happy. Find some joy and happiness throughout the situation, which I realize is really hard to do when you're going through a tough situation, but that is one of the things you can control, right? Stop for 5 minutes and, do something that makes you happy. Listen to a song. Just put on some headphones and close your eyes and listen to a song, or dance around, right? Whatever it is that's going to kind of just break up the day and bring you some joy and help you refocus your mindset, right? That's really going to help. So in your thoughts and feelings, we have the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is fire energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. He is very in control, right? He is that power and leadership in his own life. He has the authority and he takes charge and he sees the bigger picture, right? With your thoughts and feelings right now, I feel like, again, you're disempowered. You don't have a lot of confidence. You don't feel like you can take action or you can take control of things, right? So the reverse of this is like feeling like you don't have the confidence to do what you need to do, and really doubting yourself. So I feel like you need to kind of step into this more take action mentality and focus again on what you can prioritize right now and what you can put on the back burner until later. So in your environment, the influence here is the Eight of Cups. And the Eight of Cups is walking away from things that are no longer emotionally fulfilling, right? So you could be leaving a job, you could be leaving a relationship. This could just be a mindset, again, needing to really control your thoughts and your patterns. Maybe this is a cycle you're needing to close out and take control of your mindset. Also, I get this card with every zodiac reading for like the last 2 or 3 weeks I've gotten it. This is the card with an eclipse on it. So we are in eclipse season. We're in between eclipses right now. So in this in-between time, I feel like is the time to walk away from what is not fulfilling. And there's actually this next eclipse coming up, is in your sign of Pisces. So I feel like it's going to, really affect you on August 27th, I believe, is that one. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. But anyway, my point being is that this is very potent right now with this eclipse season and this in-between eclipses energy. I just feel like we're leaving mindsets, we're leaving people, we're leaving places, things that just do not fulfill us anymore. And maybe at one time it did, maybe it never did, but really needing to leave that behind and move forward. So in your hopes and fears, we have the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands is asserting yourself, setting boundaries. This is like really standing up for what you believe in. So you could be fearing like confrontation or like needing to defend yourself, maybe being a little defensive, but I feel like you're hoping for some kind of boundary or being able to assert yourself, right? Like really hoping to be able to step into that healthy masculine energy, that chariot energy, and really stepping in to set a boundary and stick up for yourself, right? Especially if you're juggling a lot. This is you really needing to just be like, you know what, I can do this, this, and this, but I can't do these other 4 things, right? Really assert yourself and know what you can handle. And if you can't handle other things, other tasks, again, put those off until later or ask somebody for help. So in the potential outcome here, we have the 7 of Cups. And the 7 of Cups can be about like choices, options, right? Like there are all of these opportunities opening up here. This can also be about confusion and thinking things are too good to be true, right? Like I always see the fog amongst these cups. So, you know, don't feed into any delusions here, right? Like keep your clarity, keep your mind right. Again, with this Queen of Cups, this could be about your intuition as well, like needing to trust yourself and your intuition. But that 7 of Cups is really good. I feel like there are options, there are choices opening up, and just use your discernment when choosing them, right? Because things could open up so much that it can get a little overwhelming. But I feel like things are going to kind of open up here and you're going to have options. Maybe this is options to move forward. Maybe these are options to, you know, delegate or really finding solutions to what it is that you're juggling here. So I really like this. I think that's a good solution. Again, just don't fall into any confusion, right? Like really use your discernment to make a decision with all these choices and options here, right? If you're juggling a lot and you have 7 different decisions, then again, prioritizing, you know, I feel like you're really going to be able to handle that though. And I feel like it's going to open up more opportunities for you. So I really love this. I think this is just a mindset and you kind of walking away from the worry, right? And the, you know, the overthinking that you're doing to yourself. Don't do that to yourself because that's just going to add, you know, to your priorities here. That's something you can control is your mindset, your thoughts, right? So really, again, feed into some self-love here. Maybe go take a bath, go for a walk in nature, listen to some music, and focus on yourself for a little bit in order to kind of really control that mindset and maintain that, right? So I hope that message helped, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.